What's up, everybody? I'm going to be talking about my NFC and AFC playoff predictions right now that I have as we get into mandatory mini camp and as the season's progressing. We're less than 90 days away until we start off the NFL season. So I wanted to do a live about that and just discuss ball with you guys because I haven't done a live in a while. I'm trying to go live every single day. I want to start doing more lives and gain more benefits from doing TikTok live as well. But at the end of the day, we're going to discuss basically why I have these predictions. There are obviously some teams that are liked by a lot of people that aren't on here, like the Broncos, who I have missing the playoffs barely, and the Commanders, who I have missing the playoffs barely. Two teams that some people would say Super Bowl contenders, and I get it, but I basically wanted to do a Q&A about this, and this will be on YouTube after as well. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to check out TikTok and vice versa so you could sub there. Basically, I wanted to have a discussion about all of this and why I think the 49ers will have a massive comeback year, why the Rams are going to be really good, the Bears, the Cowboys are going to have a bounce back year. Say what you want about them in the playoffs, but making the playoffs, they have a pretty good track record of that. Dak wasn't healthy last year. Even with a new coach, I think they make it. Don't see the Bengals winning with that horrible defense. See, that's the point. Like, I think they have, okay, my main point with that, I don't like the way they're treating Shamar Stewart, okay? That's completely like, what the hell are they doing? They should not be treating Shamar Stewart the way they are. They need to give him his money. But if we look at their offense, they remind me of the Lions a few years ago when the Lions won the final 7 games of the season, which the Bengals just did, right? Before they missed the playoffs. Okay, they start off poorly. That's what happens. And then at the end of the day, the next year, they win 12 games. They go to the NFC Championship. I think the Bengals will just outscore all their opponents, similar to that Lions team. Now, the Lions defense had, Aiden Hutchinson. They had guys that were good that year, like really good defensively. And the Bengals defense is worse. But I just think they're going to do, they're going to be 13-win team. I could see him, I'd be shocked. I think they're going to have a much better start. And I think the Ravens might deal with some injuries. So again, there are some unpopular opinions on here. And again, you don't have to agree with this list. I think the Broncos, I don't think they make the playoffs, personally. That's just me. That's just me. I know it's a hot take. Again, you guys can be mean that your team and be mad at me, and you have a right to your opinion. I have a right to mine. Everybody and their mom thinks the Broncos are going to make the playoffs, but I don't. I think the Chargers are better coached. I like Sean Payton, but I also think that the Raiders will be substantially better. I don't have the Raiders making the playoffs. I like the Broncos defense a lot. I just can't see 3 teams from that division getting in because the Texans, obviously someone has to win that division. The Patriots have an easy schedule, easy. I could see the Broncos maybe getting that 7th spot instead of the Patriots or the Raiders or somebody like that, right? But the Patriots have such an easy schedule, and they have a far better team here this season. And we know that 2 of the AFC North teams are making it, and the Bills and Chiefs are going to make it for sure, right? So, again, I know everyone thinks the Bucs are going to make it, but the Falcons have the 3rd easiest schedule in the league. The 49ers have the easiest schedule in the league. I'm sick and tired of people disrespecting the 49ers. They still have 8-9 All-Pros. People acting like the Seahawks are going to be good. The Seahawks are never good. They haven't been good since Obama was in office. What are we talking about here? They are 8 to 10 wins every year. They're never going to do anything. Ever. I'm just saying right now, they're never going to do anything with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. So, again, I'm just saying, I'm being honest with you guys. You could say, now again, last year I said Seahawks would win 9 games. They won 10. Okay? I'm saying they win 8 games. They have an easy schedule. 8-9 games is definitely possible, but they're not making it over the Cowboys. They're not making it over the Rams, and the Niners have the easiest schedule in football. So say what you want about the Niners being on this list and being number 1 and whatever. People are so disrespectful. They were literally the best 6-win team of all time last year. If you look at DVOA, all the advanced metrics, they were still 9th in the NFL. They just had a lot of bad breaks. They have 8 All-Pros. They only lost Greenlaw, Hufanga, and Ward, and they replaced them with a lot of people. And they have the easy schedule in football. So I'd be shocked if the Niners aren't in the NFC Championship. Yeah. Again, I'd be shocked. I'm telling you right now. Commanders, let's see. I just don't think the Commanders are going to be that good. They won 9 one-possession games. And again, I'm one of those people that's just going to say my point. Everybody wants to just say the Commanders are going to be good because they got to the NFC title game last year. Okay? Everyone just wants to say that. Like, oh, because they made it, they're not. Okay, the Niners made the Super Bowl last year. They didn't even make the playoffs last season. 2 years ago, they should have won the Super Bowl, right? The Commanders won 9 one-possession games, and they had the 27th ranked run defense. JD is 5 is not going to look as good as he did last year. He'll look good. I don't think he has a CJ Stroud type of slump, but their defense is still atrocious, and they're not going to get that lucky again in one-possession games. So again, that's why I think that the Commanders still don't have a great run defense, in my personal opinion. They got better in the secondary. Congratulations. I mean, that doesn't fix their atrocious run defense. So again, no Steelers. I mean, come on, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Steelers? Fuck. Like, they're never going to win over 9-10 games. Yeah, I'll get out of the way for a sec so you guys can see this. I know people that like disagree with me. That's fine. Whatever. 49ers, most overrated team in NFL history. They're actually the greatest team over a 10-year span to not win a Super Bowl, by the way. Which is like, I feel bad for their fans because it's like, if you look at the list of the most playoff wins since 2010 and 2015, they're like second or third behind the Patriots and Chiefs. And they're ahead of the Eagles still, and they don't have a Super Bowl. The Eagles have 2 in that time frame. Bears on. I think the Bears are going to be good. I'm in on the Bears. Thank you for the gifts, by the way. Yeah, appreciate you, Rodrigo, and all those people. Brock Purdy getting paid $53 million. Brock Purdy. Dude, I mean, he played. Look, again, Brock is not Josh Allen. He's never going to have that arm strength or whatever, but he plays the Kyle Shanahan system very well. Debo and DC. Yeah, Debo is probably... We're acting like Debo's still good at football. Are you serious? With all the hits he's taken, have you looked at his advanced metrics from last season in the tape with the yards after catch? I mean, he's a yards after catch guy, and he didn't do shit last year. What do we expect him to do that on the freaking Commanders? No. I trust Terry McLaurin. I trust Jaden Daniels, but I don't trust many other players on that offense. I think Sinat will take a leap at tight end. I'm not as down on I'm just realistic. Like, everybody thinks that just because you make an NFC title game, you're bound to make it next year because you have a young roster and a young quarterback. Well, we always thought the Texans would make the Super Bowl after last season, them taking the Chiefs, taking teams to the brink. And yeah, they made the divisional round, but they weren't Super Bowl contenders last year. Same thing with Denver. Like, we think just because Denver had an easy schedule and they got lucky offensively last year that they're going to make the playoffs because they had a great defense. Now, I like their defense a lot, but I don't expect Bo Nix to improve. I think he'll be similar, possibly some regression. They still don't have a wide receiver too. And I love RJ Harvey, but the division got better. The Raiders are substantially better. They're not a pushover anymore because they have a far better quarterback. They have an elite running back who's going to be excellent right away in Genti, and their defense got better. So, like, again, I always factor in the other teams getting better too. That's important. Marvin Mims literally has showed up in half the games. Bucks are in the playoffs. Look, I can see the Bucks winning the division. The Falcons have a way easier schedule. I think both of those teams go 9-8 or 10-7. So I think Geno, by the way, Kyle, I think Geno's better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, I mean, KOC could make a wild mole rat play well at quarterback, like Kevin O'Connell. So the Vikings are great. I just think that the Bears, it was tough for me to not include the Vikings. I just can't see 3 teams from that division getting in. I can't, because they all play each other. I don't think the Packers get in. I think the Bears are that team. I could see the Vikings. The Vikings, in my opinion, have one of the best rosters in the NFL. It's just when I think they're going to be good, they're bad. And last year when I thought they were going to be atrocious, they had 12 wins, right? So again, it's tough when we go into that. Best 2, keeper, Ladd Rice, JT Kyron. Don't keep Kyron. He's going to lose his job probably by the end of the year. Kyron Williams, by the way, the most overrated player in the league. Anybody could look good at running back for the Rams. I like his vision, but Jarquez Hunter is a monster. And Kyron Williams would literally go to prison if fumbling was an offense. He'd get a lifetime sentence. This guy's a serial fumbler. So I would not keep Kyron Williams, despite everyone sucks. I'm not going to say it any further, but Kyron Williams, I think, is a product of the system, although he's had a great career. 49ers are going to be way better than you guys think. You guys can come back and cook me if you think I'm wrong, whatever, on the videos. I don't care. Like, I can take the heat. Obviously, most people are going to disagree with me. It's whatever. I have my opinions. You guys have yours. I'm not saying mine or yours are absolutely right. Like, again, so let's see. Can you explain why the Bengals are that high? Yeah, sorry. The 49ers didn't lose everyone, Sniper XX, and I'll explain why. That's just a very, very just lazy comment right there. They lost Charvarius Ward, by the way, who lost his daughter and was never signing with the Niners, and he was atrocious last year. They lost Hufanga, who never fucking plays. He's in the infirmary constantly. And they lost Dre Greenlaw, who also never fucking plays and is already hurt. And they added Nick Martin and a few other guys at linebacker. They need another corner. I agree with you there. But they got Mykel Williams, CJ West, all these guys, Alfred Collins for the defensive line, and they're healthier. So the Niners will be good. It's such a lazy argument to just say that the Niners are going to be bad. I love your vids, but the Niners have bias has to chill. I mean, look, I appreciate, thank you, Philly Reynolds. I appreciate your concern about that. And I try to put bias aside, but it's like, the 49ers, it's stats too. Like they have the easiest schedule in 10 years. They don't play anybody where they're not favored besides the Rams. So again, but back to the Bengals comment. The reason why I don't like their handling of the Shamar Stewart situation. There's no doubt about that. I don't. 100% I don't. Whatever. They're fucking him. I think they're bad with business. Their salary cap management has been atrocious. I probably would have traded T. Higgins. I don't know why they paid both wide receivers. Very rarely do you see a Super Bowl team with two wide receivers paid. Like Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, but Devontae and A.J. don't have even the contracts of T, yet alone Jamar. So, and they're paying the quarterback. So Hurts is, kind of similar to Burrow in that sense. Regardless, I love their offense. They're going to score 45 points a game. They won their last 7 games, similar to the Lions a few years ago. And then I trust Burrow in big games. Like Burrow's got ice in his veins. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I like Burrow a lot. I think they're going to be good. And look, the Ravens are bound for some regression. They've been so good for so long. Like, I hate to say it. I don't want injuries to happen to the Ravens, but someone's bound to get hurt. Like, Lamar's been healthy for 3 years in a row. Like, I don't think Lamar gets hurt, and I don't want him to get hurt. But some people on that offense are bound to get hurt. The defense had questions against the pass last season. I think they're good. I like the Mike Green pick, although he's probably, bad character guy, but he's a good football player. Obviously, they didn't care about morals with that pick, but it's okay. I think they're fine. They're going to go 11-6. I think the Bengals will get them a little bit this year. Patriots are definitely going to be better than Miami this year. 100%, Peter. Miami is one of the most overrated teams in the league, honestly. Like, they have no offensive line, 1 Tua injury, and they're the number 1 pick. You know what I mean? And I'm sick and tired of Chargers hate. Like, we're acting like the Broncos are substantially better than the Chargers. They're the same fucking team last year. And the Chargers have a much better offense. And their defense, like Jim Harbaugh made undrafted corners look like the second coming of Sauce Gardner all of a sudden. Like that's how good of a coach he is. And Sean Payton, I think, was a Drew Brees merchant. He always brings in great DCs. Brees, he only won 1 Super Bowl with Brees, by the way. And Brees put up like 5 all-time years. And they had insane offenses. And I think Bo Nix is pretty good. I think Bo Nix is helping Peyton out a lot. I think Peyton might be the worst coach in that division. And that's not crazy to say because they're all Hall of Fame coaches. But Pete Carroll is a really good coach. The Raiders probably finished last, but I could see the Broncos finishing behind them. And obviously Andy Reid's the best coach in that division, all-time coach. And Harbaugh's a great coach. Let's see. So you're saying you haven't seen the Broncos offseason. So the Broncos signed a bunch of injury guys. So Dre Greenlaw is always hurt. Enjoy him. Talanoa Hufanga is always hurt. Enjoy him. I still love their defense. I don't even think they needed those guys. RJ Harvey. I'm one of the biggest supporters in the world of RJ Harvey. But again, RJ Harvey's not winning you. The Raiders are just better. Like, they're going to split with the Raiders. They're going to lose both games to Kansas City probably. And the Chargers going to get them on a game. And they don't have as easy a schedule as they did last year. I mean, they were playing bum teams last year. That's why they had 11 wins. That's why their defense looked amazing. You know what I mean? When you're playing like plumbers half the time, like the Browns, half their roster's fucking hurt. And teams like that toward the end of the season, of course you're going to win. You know what I mean? Again, guys, like, I'm not saying my opinion's right 100%. This is discourse. You can hate my opinions. You can think this is rage bait. I genuinely believe these ratings. If you want to say zero ball knowledge, whatever, I don't care if you agree with me or not. I appreciate the discourse 100%. I love just talking ball and just saying that. Yeah. No way Bengals go that high. I'm telling you the Bengals are winning 13 games right now. Like, lock it in. I'm telling you right now the Bengals are winning 13 games. right now. And the Patriots have an easy schedule. So, again, like, let's see. You've got all these comments, people hating. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to hate. Don't have to hate. I love all of you guys, whether you guys like my takes or not. We can disagree on sports. I hope all of you guys are blessed in life, make a ton of money, and have excellent lives. I just say how it is. A lot of people are afraid to say how it is. It's fine. I'm going to say my fucking take. I don't care if it's right or wrong. Like, with all due respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are afraid to say shit, and maybe I'll never work for a team, because originally I wanted to work in front offices. I'll never work for a front office. I've talked too much shit about players, but I'm just tired of taking it easy on guys. Like, I'm going to say how it is with teams, with why the Commanders are not going to make the playoffs next year. Like, I'm the only person in the world saying that, and I'm going to be right. And if I'm wrong, you can come cook me. But I am going to be right about the Commanders missing the playoffs. I don't know about the Broncos. The Broncos defense is really good. And like, the Broncos one I could absolutely be cooked on. Like, it could be right. Like, the Vikings missing the playoffs is a little, you know what I mean? But I love it, man. I love your list. I'm a Cowboy fan. Primetime, I appreciate you, bro. Now, the Cowboys, like, I hate on the Cowboys sometimes, and I don't want to. Like, it's not their fans' fault. It's Jerry's fault that they haven't been competitive, you know, in the playoffs. But people forget the Cowboys are excellent typically in the regular season. Dak is an excellent regular season quarterback. The teams haven't just performed in the playoffs recently. I'm not saying that can't change, but the Cowboys are, I mean, they won 8 games with Dak Prescott in the infirmary. You know what I'm saying? Is the Bengals defense in the room with you? What, do they have a gun to my head? That's a funny comment. I respect that comment, honestly, low key. Again, but if you guys love me, hate me, whatever, I appreciate the gifts. I appreciate if you guys follow me and support my content. Because I just love talking ball, guys. Like, I do. Like, honestly, with all you guys. And I'm not saying I'm some expert and know more than you guys. Like, I just love talking ball. Like, I love this discourse. This is great. This is my opinion, your opinion, no opinions. We don't know. We're not in 2026. We don't know who made the fucking playoffs. This is just predictions. You know what I'm saying? Bears 10-7. Yeah. Niners first seed. I'm telling you, the Niners are great. How good will Ayuk be next year? I think Pearsall is going to take a big leap. I think Ayuk's going to look good when he comes back. But again, you low-key have good takes, man. It's just salty fans hating. The thing is, you know, I appreciate Shemdi, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but I appreciate that. The thing is in this industry, in sports, you could say I could say the sky is fucking blue, and people would be in the comments being like, you're fucking wrong. It's purple or some shit. You know, it's like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That in sports, like, you have an opinion on something, obviously that matters. And rightfully so. I think discourse is great. I think we lose a lot of, the problem with today's media is we are always saying, like, oh, someone's 100% right. Someone's this is blah, blah, blah. The thing is everything can be taken, right? Everything can be dissected, every point. I have stats to back up all these points. I'm not saying I'm going to be right. I'm just like, leaving out the Commanders is due to them getting extremely lucky last year. 9 one-possession wins. 9! You know how hard that is to replicate with the 27th ranked run defense? I don't give a fuck if Jane Daniels throws 75 touchdowns. They don't have a good run defense, and they won 9 one-possession games, and their schedule's harder next year. And that's why I think we're going to see inverses. And by the way, we always expect teams that last year made the playoffs to make it again. Do you understand? Now, I'll give you guys some information here, and this is a factual stat. This you cannot disagree with. This is a factual stat here. 5 teams on average missed the playoffs, 5 to 7 the following year that made it the previous year. That's out of 14 teams. That's almost half missed the playoffs the following year that made it the year before. There's turnover in the NFL more than any other sport. Any other sport. So everyone bitching and being like, yo, like, oh, my team that went to the NFC Championship, like the Commanders, is going to be great last. Oh, the Rams are guaranteed a playoff spot. Or the only team guaranteed a playoff spot is the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, the only team guaranteed, because they have some fucking devil magic under that stadium. I don't know what they're doing. We're going to see the Patrick Mahomes documentary that was produced by Jordan Peele where he sold his soul to the devil or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't care. But they make the playoffs every single year. Them and the Bills are like the only guarantees. Maybe the Ravens. Everyone else is like, okay, I don't know. Like, Saquon could get hurt. The Eagles could miss the playoffs. Like, how do we fucking know? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like the NFL, 5 to 7 teams on average the following year missed the playoffs that made it the previous year. That's all I'm saying. Which is why I chose, based on stats, the Broncos, who play in a very tough division, the Vikings play in a very tough division. Both could absolutely make the playoffs. I don't think they do. Commanders, Cowboys are going to be better. The Giants have a far better roster than they did last year. Could definitely make some noise. I mean, literally, you could have a fucking raccoon, and that would be an upgrade over Daniel Jones at quarterback for the Giants. Like, come on, man. Like, Tampa Bay, like, some team, like maybe I know that would be 5 straight years Tampa Bay winning the division. Falcons got to win at some point. Some other team has to win at some point. It's certainly not going to be the New Orleans Saints. You know what I'm saying? So again, in the Patriots, again, this is a team that's making the playoffs over a team like, you know, a wild card team from last year, like the Steelers. So again, I recycled the 5 to 7 that are, because there's going to be 5 to 7 teams, and it's not like everyone just expected the Niners to make the playoffs last year. They were fucking horrible. And it was due to injuries, but they played in the Super Bowl the year before. And I'm saying that as a Niners fan. Like, people expected them to be great. They were ass. They were atrocious. Who's to say the Eagles can't be that? I think the Eagles are going to win 12, 13 games for sure. I think they still have a great roster. But I'm just saying, in the NFL, shit is so unexpected. There's so much turnover, which is why I also have the Packers missing the playoffs. So again, people are going to say Broncos, no brainer, whatever. I don't give a fuck what 99% of people say. I'm going to make my own opinions on this based on statistics and based on other stuff. And some of it, to be honest, the Broncos on paper are great. Like the Broncos statistics, I mean, it would probably support them making the playoffs. I just think the Patriots have a substantially easier schedule, and that's going to help a lot. And the Broncos play in a very hard division, and the Raiders, the stats don't adjust for how much better the Raiders will be this year. The Raiders are an 8-win team, right? Which is where I see the Broncos, like 8 wins, 8, 9 wins. I think they barely missed the playoffs. Can you break down the Bengals? Yeah, of course. The Bengals are on that. Sometimes there's no stats to back it up. Their defense is atrocious. We all get that. It could absolutely lose them 5, 10 games. But they won 7 straight games to end the NFL season. Their offense was unbeatable. They're going to start the year way hotter than they did last year, okay? And you can't stop their offense. You can't stop their offense. That matters. I don't give a flying fuck if they give up 45, 50 points a game. Like, you're not going to be able to stop their offense. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, who was the most underrated running back in the league last year, dog. Like, we're talking like the Bengals are just some bums out there. I don't care if they put the guy out there fixing your uncle's cable at defensive end, they're winning 13 games because nobody's going to be able to stop their offense. And that momentum matters. We saw the Lions 2 years ago win their last 7 games. They missed the playoffs. The following year, they're in an NFC Championship. So, again, I think the AFC Championship is going to be either Chiefs-Bills or Bengals-Bills. Again. And you guys have a right to your opinion, of course, and I get it, we have 200 plus people on right now. I have a right to mine. I don't really care whether you agree with me or not. I love talking about this in the discourse of why you guys disagree. Where do you think why I disagree with you guys and vice versa? The discourse is important. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. Okay, you can think this is rage bait or whatever. It's not rage bait. Like, I truly believe every single thing I say, I truly believe. On my cold sub page, on this page, I truly believe. If you want to say it's rage bait, whatever, certain things, of course I do, like more like theatrical intros. That's how you get more like views. That doesn't mean I don't agree with the content. That's specifically on the cold sub confessions page. This list, I 100% believe in. Like I to my grave, like literally gun to my head, predict the playoffs. I'm putting this. And does that mean I die? Maybe I die. Maybe I'm shot right there. Maybe we'll see, right? Like, but again, I'm just saying my opinion, man. I'm going to stand on business. Ridiculous predictions. I get it. Whatever. The gun's going off. Maybe, man. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm not going to fucking be a bitch to you guys like these other creators that assume they're experts at everything. Like even fantasy football, that it seasonally is my main thing here, that I research tremendously. Hours and hours of advanced stats. I'm not saying I know more than everybody on planet Earth when everybody else says that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm just like you guys. I'm a sports fan. I live and breathe sports. Like, I don't know how my girlfriend stays with me. She should slap the fuck out of me because all I do is watch and talk about sports. I have a problem. I am addicted to talking about sports. Okay? Like, honestly, I thank God she's the opposite of me. She's very quiet and I'm extroverted. She's introverted. But like, that's probably why she stays with me. But God bless her because I mean, I have a sickness with how addicted I am to talking about sports. Okay? That's just who I am. I'm a sports fan. I'm a fanatic. It doesn't mean I'm an expert by any means. We all love sports. We all love talking about it. So again, that's pretty funny. Crazy to be that addicted and have horrible takes. That's funny, dude. I love haters like that. That's cool. That's some good hate right there. That's some Kendrick Lamar hate. I respect that. No Broncos, yeah. No Broncos. Yeah. I think, what's the answer? Owen, what was your initial question, bro? Because I know we're getting like 45 questions. You can just put it again. I'm waiting for Owen's question. You said answer. I'm waiting for the question. We got like 8 questions on here. I'm waiting for your... Oh, why no Commanders? I've said it 1,000 times. So if you're just joining this, they won 9 one-possession games last year. 9 one-possession games. Okay? You know how non-sustainable that is, even with an elite quarterback? Insane. Right? Insane. It's not sustainable. And the 27th ranked run defense. And they have a harder schedule than last season. I'm just saying there. Yeah. I'm just saying. That's why. And again, 5 to 7 teams miss the playoffs the following year that make it the year before. So that's why the Niners are the easy team. The Niners and Bengals are the easy locks to make the playoffs that didn't make it last year. If I had to guess other teams that didn't make it last year to make it, the Cowboys, the Bears, the Falcons, and the Patriots. So that's 5, 6 teams right there. Pacers or Thunder tonight? Dude, I think the Pacers are going to win tonight. And I think the Thunder win the 3 games right after that. Yeah. By the way, if the Pacers, this is another take. You guys think I have bad takes. I have great takes too. I'm going to tell you one right now, okay? The Pacers winning the NBA championship would be the best thing ever for the NBA. Ever. Because it could show that any team, like the 2004 Pistons, that doesn't have a top 10 player. Now, you could argue Halliburton is a top 10 player. But it could show that any team can win an NBA championship. You don't have to have a top 5 player anymore. Because think about like the last 20 champions, they've all had a top 5 player. So the Pacers winning the championship would be the best thing to happen in NBA history. Whether people want to believe it or not, they want big markets. I'm a Lakers fan saying that. It'd be the best thing in history. I live in LA. Like I'm a diehard Lakers fan. So like that would be the best thing ever if the Pacers won. Back to football though. I know someone was talking about the Pacers there, but the Broncos, yeah, I don't have the Broncos, man. I don't have the Broncos. Oh, do we have Armani Buckets on right now? The GOAT? Make sure you follow my guy Armani Buckets. Trust me, he's responsible for these atrocious takes, quote unquote, that you see and that you disagree with. He's the one who told me to start TikTok 3 years ago when we were working on the Arash Markazi show. One of my best friends, one of the best in the business. You know, I'm a little more like crazy than him, like with the takes. He's kind of very, you know, he bases it on stats. He doesn't go a little too crazy. He doesn't bash players. I kind of go off the rails, but that's my guy right there. Make sure you follow Armani Buckets too, not just me. He's the best basketball content creator in the world. Bro's yapping. Yeah, Ben, I'm yapping, bro. How's class? How was your day at school, bro? Tell me about it. I'm a nice guy. I'm just going to say my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a nice dude. Like the Stephon Diggs thing. Like, would he date your sister? Like, I'm a nice guy. I don't know what you're talking. I'm a nice guy. I am, 100%. And I'm not saying I'm 100% right either. I have a YouTube channel. Yeah, make sure you sub there. This will be on YouTube after Brandon S. Deutsch. It's the same thing, same handle. So I'm going to do some more long form content there. Armani, let's talk basketball, bro. Come on the live real quick. I'm telling you right now, you want to do a show? I'll invite you on the live. I sent you an invitation. You want to talk Pacers? We can fucking talk Pacers right the fuck now, bro. We can talk Pacers. Niners fans just be chatting. I love to talk. I love to talk, man. Switch it to basketball. Finals is on in 20 minutes. I know, it's probably a bad timing to do that. Oh, damn, he's driving, bro. We could do an Armani bucket. Hey, we're going to come up with some skits, bro, for I still love talking basketball, man. Honestly, the algorithm fucks me when I talk about basketball. Like, it hates when I switch. Like, my Kevin Durant video got like 2,000 views today, and I was like, I know on the surface that sounds great, but when you get like 50 to 100,000 to a million views during the season, like in fantasy football, and then when I talk big markets, it's annoying when I switch and I actually have like an excellent video and I put all this time in, and it's just sometimes like I'll make the worst video in the world and it'll do like 1 million views, like some bullshit video. Like, it's so weird. I honestly, it's all about consistency though with that. Niners fans, Delulu. How am I delusional, bro? They have the easiest schedule in the world. They have the easiest schedule in the world. They do. They do. Like, of all time, you look at easiest schedule, like, they'll be basically playing plumbers every week. Plumbers. And we're acting like if there's a chance they go 6 wins again, for sure. If CMC and Trent Williams get hurt, those are their 2 best players. If they get hurt, it might be over. But again, 49ers not beating AZ, said nobody ever. When are we going to stop believing in Kyler Murray, bro? Like, I'm serious. Kyler Murray sometimes looks like a top 5 quarterback, but 99% of the time looks like the worst player on planet Earth. Like, how many playoff wins does he have? I'm just saying, like when we look at models of consistency, like the 49ers, easy schedule, 8-9 all-pros still. And we're acting like the Niners are just some bums because they were hurt last year. You know what I mean? So, I mean, even if you hate me, if you hate my takes, please follow me and support me. I love all you guys. Honestly, like, I'll pray for every single one of you, every single night. Like, I don't care. Like, I mean, I care. Like, I truly do. Like, if you disagree with me, whatever. Like, I'm fine being disagreed with. I don't care. Like, it's fine. I love all of you guys. Nothing's gonna change. You call me a bitch, I'll be like, you know what? I love you, bro. I'm done fighting. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna do anything. Like, I'm not debating anybody right now, but we should battle, right? Like, I'm down to battle sometime. I've never done a battle, like a sports takes battle, but we could do that one time. Probably not right now, though, but we could do it one time. I'm not scared to debate you, though. You have a right to your opinion, bro. If I get cooked, I get cooked. That's life. We got a dude with the Cardinals logo in the back saying 49ers 14-3. Come on, man. Tomorrow? Maybe, bro. I might be down. DM me. We can hop on a live. We can do like a battle or whatever. I don't know how that works, but apparently people gift and like choose the debate. If I lose to you in a debate, that's fine. I don't really care, bro. Like, it's, again, I might be down. Just DM me. I don't know how those work though, but like, I've never even done a live with anybody else, so that's why I don't take invites with that. Who gets MVP? Joe Burrow. I should be praying for CMC's knees. Bro, he looks good. Have you seen him at practice? Have you seen him at practice? Like, he looks good, man. He looks great. Explain your Patriots pick. Well, they have one of the easiest schedules in the world. So, I mean, I love Drake May. I think he's going to be a superstar. So at the end of the day, I think he's going to be great. I think Joe Burrow is going to win MVP though. Really do. Where are the Broncos? I have the Broncos missing the playoffs. Yeah. Rahi, I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know my schedule, but we can hop on and talk ball. I want Armani Buckets on too. Bro's driving on a TikTok live. Shouldn't he not be looking at his phone when he's driving? It's like me, bro. I do that too much. I need to stop doing that shit. It's a joke. I don't do that. When does the final start? 15 minutes? What's the Commanders question? I've answered the Commanders question, dog. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. 9 one-possession wins, which I don't like. I don't like it at all. Okay? 9 one-possession wins last year. It's not sustainable. Horrible run defense. Like, horrible run defense. And JD5 is not going to have as good of a year as he did last year. I got my eyes twitching because I'm so correct on this take. It was just, I was perplexed and just amazed by how right I am on the Commanders take. I'm telling you right now, Commanders are going to miss the playoffs. Could the Bears collapse and have a similar record next year? Absolutely. They play in a great division. Why did I say decision? I'm delirious right now. After being on live for like an hour, I get delirious. People do live for like 4 hours sometimes. I'm like, Jesus, I don't know if I can do that. That's crazy. Who do I have winning the Super Bowl this year? The Niners or the Bills? Niners maybe not because Kyle chokes. So like in like every Super Bowl. But I am saying that as a Niners fan. Unbiasedly, if we're going non-Niners, I would say the Bills would make the Super Bowl and win. They should have made it last year. I think it would have been a far better game against the Eagles. I'm sick and fucking tired of the Chiefs. Now since the documentary Him is being made about Patrick Mahomes, I don't think they'll make the Super Bowl. I think the Bills will win. Josh Allen's the best player in the world right now. Like, I get the argument for Lamar. This is another hot take. Patrick Mahomes is not even a top 2 player in the world right now, or a quarterback. It's a hot take. But if we're looking, like, Patrick Mahomes does not look like the same player as 2 years ago. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are better quarterbacks. If they had Andy Reid, bro, like, if we want to go, but Mahomes has won Super Bowls. True, but he's also played like shit in half those Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Like, he played Kyle Shanahan twice. Imagine if he played, like, if someone else was coaching that Niners team just in the Super Bowl. This dude would have, like, he would have 1 Super Bowl. I'm just saying, bro. We got to call a spade a spade. Like, Patrick Mahomes is not the same player he was 2 years ago. Like, the stats don't back that up. The playoff stats, like, he was mid in the Super Bowl. He was mid 2 Super Bowls ago. And then the last great Super Bowl he had was against the Eagles when they won. That was his only amazing Super Bowl that he's played it. Spagnuolo has won him Super Bowls. That Chiefs defense is nasty. Rigged? I don't know if it's rigged, man. I don't know who they were sacrificing under the stadium to get to all those Super Bowls and win all those 1 possession games, but I don't think it's happening anymore. I think people are going to start being like, screw that Chiefs dynasty. I'd be shocked if the Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl. Texans will be better. I don't know, dude. I'm worried about Stroud's arm. Like, I am. I know he threw yesterday. I don't care. Like, I'm worried about Richardson, too. I think the Colts could get the number 1 pick. You're playing Danny Dimes the whole year. You're asking to lose every game. For sure. 100%. How do Bengals somehow get weaker? Dude, wait, what? Bengals did not get weaker, bro. They have the same offense. And they have Shamar Stewart and Trey Hendrickson. They still have Trey Hendrickson. They still do. As of right now, they have Trey Hendrickson. Sorry, I'm deleting shit on my fucking computer because it's, I don't know, I have too many things on my desktop. Jets. My boy Micah, who does the Protein and Plays, which you guys should check out, the film breakdown page we do, he loves Justin Fields. And we're so, like, he's like, Justin Fields can be a top 10 quarterback. I'm like, dude, Justin Fields couldn't read a defense if a gun was put to his family's head and he had to read a defense to save them. Like, you know what I mean? And I say that with all due respect. Like, he doesn't go through his progressions. He just tucks the ball and runs. Doesn't go through anything. Like, I'm just saying. I'm being honest. I'm being honest there. But I think the Bills need to keep James Cook, though. Like, I don't think they win the Super Bowl if James Cook leaves. Am I planning to go any Niners games next year? Nah, I'll probably just watch them on TV. I might go to the Super Bowl if they're playing in it. I'd go. I'd drop a nice few grand to go for sure. whatever I have saved up. Maybe if I go, they'll actually win because they always lose when I watch them on TV in the Super Bowl. Niners Super Bowl. Dude, you're laughing. They've been in 3 Super Bowls the last 10 years. I never said they win the Super Bowl. I mean, I think they could. They absolutely have a chance with their record. But, I mean, like, yeah, like I as a Niners fan, like I know Kyle in Super Bowls. He can't coach that well, but I'll give Kyle credit. I think he's coached better in every Super Bowl he's been. Like, even in the last Super Bowl with the overtime shit, like, you talk about that, all that, like, whatever. I think he had they led in overtime against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So, like, I think he was completely outcoached that previous Super Bowl against Andy Reid when they were up, I think, what were they, up 10 points? But they could have a home Super Bowl. It kind of feels like Rams-esque a few years ago, like when they won at SoFi Stadium. And by the way, if you guys have ever been to SoFi Stadium, I don't want to get in trouble with SoFi Stadium. I really, 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 I don't like going to SoFi Stadium. That's a hot take. I mean, I live in Los Angeles, so it's a bit different. The traffic, bro, in Los Angeles is horrible. First, I've lived here my whole life. I grew up in Los Angeles. But it's not like SoFi parking, bro. I'm Ubering and walking 5 blocks. I don't care that it's in Inglewood, whatever. Inglewood is nice now. Inglewood isn't like Inglewood like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, Inglewood is becoming like Culver City. If you guys know Los Angeles, like, it's like that place is like insane now. Like, it's insanely safe comparatively to like 30 years ago. But I don't like SoFi Stadium. The NFL office across the street is great. Like, it's a nice spectacle. I haven't been to Levi Stadium, and I won't go, though. I'm a Niners fan. I won't go to Levi Stadium. I think they should have stayed at Candlestick. Been to Candlestick, loved Candlestick, the history there. I think Levi Stadium is cursed, man. I hate that fucking stadium. I'll never go. I heard it's horrible, too. I heard the parking's horrible. Now, I don't live in the Bay Area. I'm just a Niners fan. So it's weird because I hate the Warriors, and I don't like the San Francisco Giants, but I'm a Niners fan, right? But I'm an all LA, like other, like I'm a diehard Angels fan. I cover the team. Unfortunately, I say that unfortunately I'm an Angels fan because my dad grew up in Anaheim, moved to the Bay Area, and that's why we're Niners fans, because he was a diehard Niners fan. And I'm loyal. I'm not going to dip to the fucking Rams and Lakers. So, yeah. Commanders, Bucks. I don't know, man. I appreciate the gifts, though, guys. Sending gifts and stuff. Like, I'm trying to do more lives. I'm trying to be more consistent. Like, I want to go live every day. I just work, like, two jobs and shit, so it's, like, hard. Like, the content isn't... It's, like, my most profitable job, but it's also not my, like, main job. Angels is Anaheim, not LA. Technically, yeah. I'm not... Because I cover the team for the Sporting Tribune occasionally as a freelance reporter, I'm not going to say anything bad about the Angels because I don't want them restricting my media access. And I don't want them knowing I'm a fan either. But I think it is important to cover teams as fans. Like, my friend Grant Mona does a great job covering the Clippers. He grew up a big diehard Clippers fan. And he's probably the best Clippers beat reporter already. And he used to be we used to do a few podcasts together when we were first starting called Baller Sports Dialogue and all that stuff. But yeah, the Angels, they're not in LA. Not going to say anything. I'm just glad they're a game under 500. It's just different. It's just, I kind of wish I was a Dodger fan because they're always good. But, like, I hate the Dodgers. Do I hate the Steelers? Bro, I'm just realistic. When have the Steelers ever won, like, 10 games? Like, Obama was in office the last time they had a playoff win of more than 2 games, right? More than two playoff wins. Like, dead ass, dead serious. Like, I don't know, man. They haven't had a quarterback in years. And Aaron Rodgers is not the savior that you think they is. Still better than the Pats. Probably. Pats have an easier schedule. Steelers edits, bro. You guys play in a tough division. Where do you think Jahmyr Gibbs ranks for running backs? I have him as RB2. Yeah, 2, behind Bijan. Saquon, if you guys want to win your fantasy league, just fade Saquon this year. Based on history. Maybe he defies history, but every touch leader in the last half decade has not even finished as a top 13 running back the following year. So whoever drafts Saquon in the first round of your league, probably screwed. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta run because Armani Buckets just asked me about the Illuminati. I'm not gonna answer that question. I am a man of God. I'm a man of faith. I love being nice. I love being kind. Not gonna talk any of that stuff like the new documentary. I'll talk to you guys later. I gotta run. Homie's calling me. This is gonna be up on YouTube. Make sure you follow me. All that stuff. I'll be live again tomorrow. See you.